Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. EA Sports College Football with a terrific matchup on this Thursday night. It's the Kentucky Wildcats and the Auburn Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Hey guys, Kentucky's head coach told me pregame, this team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Kentucky's offense will go to work first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Hand off for Baxter. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Tigers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that being there as a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So, mixing and matching the looks,
Picked off! What a play by this defense! He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Wide receiver going in motion. Could not make his way to the corner. All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Running inside, it's Barnes. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Looking for a gap. It's Cobb. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Brown wants to pass. Finds his man. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Just keep slinging it. Here's a heat. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, I think on the last play, they didn't get it to the sticks. They were hoping he'd be able to make the catch, make a guy miss, and advance the football. But because they couldn't execute, now it's 4th and long.
Hunt is on its way. No fair catches here, looking for room. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Off play action on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. They went for it all on first down. Didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barnes. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays.
Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. From the gun, the running back has it. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They give it to him again, and they'll knock him down.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the second and short, and those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves against the pass, and now forcing a 3rd down.
They'll run the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. Who knows how they got that thing back?
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. Ready to fire from the pistol. looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run inside. It's Barnes. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Got a man. It's Gilmore. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They stop him in his tracks, and they'll head to the other side of the field. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
The corners are walked up tight. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Touchdown, Wildcats. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
And the extra point was good. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Brown will throw it. Fires to the tight end. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Singleton. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. Gets it out quickly. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Tigers with the 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Fires to the big fella. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Auburn lines up quickly. Running inside. It's Cobb. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. from the gun. Touchdown, Auburn! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Coming out with it, it's Patterson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Takes the handoff. It's Barnes. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play fake. He wants to go deep. He's got it for a big play. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line after the big connection and going back to work.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barnes.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Motion from the wideout. Now the play fake. Stands in and takes the hit. Looking to the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Turning it on. Oh, he got loose. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Auburn calls its 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Dead center perfect. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Finds his man. It's Rodriguez. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Wildcats signal for a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fires left. Wide open downfield. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. The Wildcats will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Wildcats. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The Tigers spin their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Brown wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And this one splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. So that will go into the stat book as the rare one-play drive for a field goal. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Ben, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the Syracuse Orange.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Hey guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. Their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the 3rd quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. He's got an open man.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Well, that's not a bad 3 plays in a row. Palmer, you probably never did that in your life, but 3 plays.
He's got it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle it down short. They'll stop him at the 3. Looking to throw again. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only 1st down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Slams it ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And they've inched closer and closer, and still 2 yards to go for the touchdown here on 3rd down. they'll throw it. On the move, past the line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Gilmore. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. You see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around and maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the grab over the middle. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Grab behind the line. It's Gilmore. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And after that last completion netted a big fat 0, they're looking at 2nd and 10. With the catch, it's Rodriguez. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. Fires deep on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Brown wants to pass. It's complete to the left. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to go right back downfield. Got a man. It's Cobb. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and then put points on the board.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job? Palmer is crazy in college football. But here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. They're working that left side. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The run inside. It's Barnes. Maybe a crease. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Nice job in coverage on that third and short. Defensively picking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up fourth down.
Punt is on its way. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. One final play before the end of the quarter. Brown will throw it. Under fire. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. On the run, it's Pop. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He's looking to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks into the open.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback...
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Nimrod. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Tigers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quarterback making checks. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Going to try to get it himself. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Brown wants to pass. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They've got a little more work to do after that holding call at 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Wants to return it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tied game, hoping to get something on the board. The RPO, it's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Steps away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. The play action fake. Pulls it in. It's Rodriguez. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Barnes. Runs through a man. He might have space. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down, now 2nd and 4. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Kentucky trying to get a little scratch in the red zone. Pulls it again on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Using his legs, it's Barnes. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. Keeps it himself. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. And he got it! Hold on just a second. A flag down. Let's see what's up with that.
Personal foul.
That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that personal foul goes against the defense. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. The hand to the running back. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Touchdown, Kentucky! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Love the play call. Love the execution. Late in the game with less than 2 minutes to go, they now take a touchdown lead and put so much pressure on the opposition in a 2-minute situation.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown will throw it. Got his man in the middle.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a
going long. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the middle. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41. And they'll take a knee. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there, but